The father of Carmel-by-the-Sea, Frank Devendorf, was inspired by the arts and crafts movement when he began developing the town. But a lot of people won't have any idea what the arts and crafts movement was. Let's very briefly go over what it is. The arts and crafts movement began in Great Britain after the rise of the Industrial Revolution. A lot came from the Industrial Revolution. Among these were the use of machines and power tools to create everything. All of this happened in a factory which had to be operated by people. This allowed for a more streamlined process of production, which in turn led to more things being produced faster, easier, and cheaper. But some things were lost in this method of making things. Things became more cookie cutter. Things were mass produced and it showed in the final product. Not to mention that factories didn't have great working conditions. Factories were focused on milking every worker for everything they were worth for the least amount of pay. Who would take pride in their work when you're doing the same repetitive task over and over and over again and getting little to nothing out of it? A small minority of people began to protest against this rise in mass production and factory life. They were sick of the decline in standards of decoration and design caused by mass production in factories and the poor working conditions that came along with it. These artists were anti-industrial and valued traditional craftsmanship and superior design. The modern style, which values functionality, simplicity, and the use of natural materials, was a result of this movement. The arts and crafts movement was as much a philosophical and socialist movement as it was an artistic movement. One of the more influential figures of this movement was William Morris. He was a son of a wealthy broker and became famous for his poems The Life and Death of Jason and The Earthly Paradise. Morris was an active member of the Arts and Crafts Exhibition Society, which started hosting annual exhibitions in 1888 to display the work of its members. His designs became very popular and many people that participated in the movement were inspired and influenced by his work. The movement's influence affected the style and aesthetics of architecture, art, ornaments, and furniture. In the mid to late 1890s, a group of designers and architects brought Morris's design reforms from Britain to America. In 1897, they held a meeting at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston with an exhibition of contemporary crafts. Consumers in the US saw the potential of this movement and the trend just took off from there. During Carmel's development, this is the way it was done. Homes weren't mass produced, they were built by the very people that lived in them. Carmelites, as they're called, didn't use cookie cutter designs or materials. Quality craftsmanship, traditional values, and the pride in one's work was a priority, not something that was left on the back burner.